Hey everyone, this is Lou Joseph with Remax Preferred Realty. I'm just coming to you today from my home office. I've shut down my business. I'm just working out of home. I'm not showing any properties. If people have to list ASAP or have to buy ASAP, I do have methods of getting it done, working from home and working with other agents who are still active in the market, getting out there and doing the showings and so forth. But I just want to keep myself safe, keep my family safe. So I'm going to follow through with staying at home and waiting for this whole situation to resolve itself, hopefully within a month or two, but we don't know exactly. So the month of March, the first 2 weeks weren't that much of a hit. Businesses still went as usual. There were some properties that we sold in the first 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, especially the last week of March, was pretty rough. We started seeing less buyers get out there, especially when the numbers of infected people in Windsor started to move upwards. So right now, if you don't have to sell or don't have to buy at this present time, I would say wait till this whole thing is resolved, hopefully, and we get back to a normal economy. North America is pretty much shut down. This situation we're in, we don't know what it's going to be like on the other side. We want to remain optimistic and positive. I know I will be optimistic and positive when our economy opens back up. I'm going to be right back in it, working as hard as I can and dealing with the situation that we have. Is the market going to rebound really well because everybody held off to get involved in the market, in the real estate market? Or are we going to have situations where people have maybe lost jobs, people's income maybe has gone down, or their savings have been depleted, depending on how long everything is shut down. So we don't know yet until we get on the other side of it. But I know this month here in April, the numbers will definitely reflect in a way that is more extreme than in March. But let's go through the numbers in March and show you what exactly happened this past month. Okay, and I'm back. We're on our website here, our real estate board's website that shows us all the statistics for every month that we operate. So here's a link up here if you ever were curious and want to look up certain months or certain years. You can definitely look up on our website here. And I'm just going to go over our stats real briefly here. So we see that March of this year versus March of last year, our listings are up almost 11% here. So we're looking at the last 2 months here, February and March, more inventory in the market. And I believe that if you're a buyer, once we are done with our lockdown, I think there's going to be more inventory in the market going forward in these months, the summer months and fall. So be on the lookout for that if you're a buyer. Now, if we're looking year to date, we have increased inventory, increased listings by almost 6.5% compared to the last or the first 3 months of last year. So this is just showing a trend here. Sales of March compared to 2020 compared to last year, we saw sales drop by almost 9.5%. The first 2 weeks of March were pretty decent, but the last 2 weeks you started to see a dip in the amount of people that wanted to come out and look at homes, and also the amount of people that want to list homes. So it's tightening up. So I believe that a lot of those numbers we on the downside came from the last 2 weeks of March. And if we're looking year to date, we see that our sales are down, almost 4% year to date. And here's an interesting one. This is the average price. So the average price in March was up almost 7.5% compared to March of last year. But if we look at the pattern of these January, February, March, as far as prices, we see that last year the trajectory has gone upward in these 3 months, whereas we have price go up in February and then the average price dipping downwards at $357. So if we didn't have this virus that we're dealing with right now, we probably would be around the same number, maybe a little less. But this is a pretty big drop in average price from the months prior. So we'll see what happens going forward here. And if we look at the average price year to date, we're up a little 15.5% year to date. So these are basically the stats here. We're just going to go over a couple of these charts. This shows you in March that most of the homes that sold between 300,000 and 360. So these price ranges are pretty hot. 360 to 420, 420 to 550. So this is where a majority of the activity was for March. And if we look at year to date, pretty much same thing. So beginning of the year to now, we see that these three price ranges are basically where most of the selling is happening. And some of it is some of it's due to new construction, because we have some pretty affordable new construction that is happening in this price range. When you're looking out in Amherstburg and Essex and East Windsor, but also the resale. This is a really good resale price, 300 to 420 resale market. So this is where we're at as far as units sold by price range. So this is our statistics for this month. Definitely go over with you again in April to let you know how April went. And thank you for watching. Hey, thanks for watching today. If you have any questions about real estate, or you might be thinking about buying or selling in the near future and would like some advice, you can definitely get a hold of me anytime. My contact information is in the description below. And stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.